Previously on Mazda Minitruckin'.
But neither here nor there, at least I know what to do. I'm going to get it all out of here. I'm going to investigate. I've got this one and two other engines that I can make an engine out of. Put it in. Tell you what, I just about can't stand it. I'm already out here. Just why don't I go get a socket wrench and put on the motor and just see if it's locked up or not, or if I can turn it. All right. Hope I don't get in the way, but all right. Oh yeah, that's no good. Yeah. No man, it ain't moving. Something's up. But that's okay. It's coming out anyway. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm MazdaMitch. On this channel, what I do is I repair Mazda trucks, generally my own, and I usually bring you along with me and show you how I fix it. This is the project truck, and over the next couple of days, what I plan on doing is pulling this engine out. This one's locked up. Don't know why. We may discover why when we pull it out. Don't know. But it's locked up. I have another one over here that I'm going to do a quick backyard rebuild on and put it in. And the reason I want to do that is to find out if this transmission works. It's an auto trans, and I don't know if it works at all. I don't know anything about this truck. What we're going to do is try to follow what the book says. Everybody has their own way of pulling an engine. The book has recommended steps, so I went ahead and printed that out, and I went ahead and labeled everything with yellow tape and numbers. And so I'm just going to try to do it by the book, because some people have found this video because they've never done it before and they want to know how to do it. So sit back, relax, grab your popcorn or something and watch me do it. But first, before we get started, I'm dragging today. I'm not promoting anything. I'm not getting paid to promote stuff, but this is LFGO and it is caffeine energy packs. This is sour cherry. I really like it. So before we get started on this, do need a little motivation today. I am dragging, so I think what we'll do, and it says it's 200 milligrams. Put that in there. They taste good. It's supposed to substitute an energy drink, but I find that to be a little bit of misleading marketing. So we're going to help it out. Little Red Bull, we're going to wash it down. Well, we're not, you can't swallow it. Don't swallow it. But we're going to quadruple the effects. We're going to have the caffeine from this and the caffeine from this. And we're going to get this engine pulled. So remember, you don't swallow it. You just put it in and hold on to it for an hour or two. You'll taste it. Just, you know, salivate it, suck it down. Have a drink of this Red Bull every now and then. Or just finish it off. You'll know when everything's ginning and working, when your heart starts to flutter a little bit. That's right when you're in the click. You're in the zone. Right then. That's when it's time to go to work. All right. I think it's working. It's kicking in. So what I've done, they say scribe around this here area. So you can put it back and it lines all back up and everything. Anyway, I scribed it. Okay, I should say this too. Before you get into doing anything like this, it would be a good idea to have some Ziploc bags handy with a marker so you can put some of these items, like hood bolts, hood nuts, into a bag and label it. So when you put all the stuff back together, you know where they go. Also, the main thing, be sure and take pictures of anything that you may have questions on later. Take pictures of everything as you take it apart. That way you can refer to it when you have to put it back together. Okay? Let's go. Let's pull this thing off. And now that the hood is off, actually that was like step one for me, but step one says we need to take this fan off. And we're going to take the fan off and the shroud off. So let's get to it. We're using a 10mm wrench. The belts are still on. And it's lefty loosey, righty tighty. Let's see how many of these we can break free. Should get them all since the belt is still on. Typical. The last one and the hardest to get to. Alright, so trying to get this off, and the bottom bolt's hard to get to. So we're going to loosen up, I loosened it up already, the alternator belt, so that I can hopefully turn this thing around. The belt is still tight. So that bolt's hard to get to, so I'm going to use my screwdriver here and turn it. Good thing the belt's not too terribly tight. That ought to do. I can see it now. That booger. There we go. Very hard to get to. Okay, now we're going to take apart the fan shroud. That's what they say number 2 is in the book. I'm going to tell you right now, they got number 9 on this. It'd be easier to go ahead and take it off now. It would. They only had 2 bolts holding the shroud on. Okay, them 2 are out. And just so we don't lose any nuts, those that you don't bag, you can put them back where they came from. So we're going to put them back on. Okay, so those 2 lines here and here are coolant lines. It's transmission fluid. It goes to the automatic transmission. It just goes to the transmission, comes back, kind of gets cooled underneath the bottom of the radiator. It's kind of like an oil cooler and goes back. So we will need to undo those because we're about to pull the radiator out. And I think this radiator needs to be replaced anyways. According to the book, that's step 10. What we're going to do now is just go ahead and follow the order. Okay, this should be some 12s. We'll put 2 on there and loosen it up. Oops, you almost had it. This right here, of course, this is supposed to be going around behind the motor here. This is a vacuum line for the automatic transmission. I'm going to go ahead and pop it loose from the intake and just do something like that. All right, step number 4 is to remove some fuel lines that are barely on there anyways. got a mess of fuel lines. All right, so on these heater hoses, I thought about taking them apart from the heater core, but I think I'll leave it alone because one of them is down in there. Not too bad. This one's right here, so we'll get that. I'm just really not ready to, you know, these metal lines can be damaged if you're not careful with its age. I do plan on replacing this heater core and pulling the dash and doing all kind of cool stuff, videos, but I'm gonna wait on that. I'm gonna pull this stuff apart. We don't need this. This was a mess. You don't need all of this to do what they were doing with the Weber. This is just some of that extra automatic mess. Of course, we got to pull this off. Who puts a hose clamp on where you can't get to it? Since this hose clamp's hard to get to, I'm gonna leave it on the motor. Get that one when it's out of the truck. Ooh, I skipped a step. This is number 6, not number 5. I love the way that nice zinc coating looks. Okay. These camera angles are hard to get right for you guys. So, yeah, I like these hose clamps, but it's missing the mechanism, and they put a hose clamp on it there. I'm not going to undo it there. I'm going to undo it right here. And this is a 10 millimeter, and I hope I make it through the entire project without losing it. Trying not to use power tools to not kill your eardrums. It is crusty. You'll see when I pull the engine, but that piece of pipe is so corroded it is coming apart. That's going to be interesting. There it comes. All right. Okay, to recap, we removed the air cleaner. Remove the oil pressure sending unit, not necessary, just unplug it. Remove the fan and shroud, done. Remove the accelerator cable, done. Remove the fuel line, done. Remove the heater hoses, done. Remove the brake vacuum hose, done. Now it says remove the 3-way solenoid valve, vacuum sensor, remove the duty solenoid and the vacuum switch, and the canister hoses, disconnected. That's all over here, and a lot of it's already disconnected. So I'm going to clean that up later. I'm going to skip it for now. Now on this page, remove the engine ground wire, remove the upper and lower radiator hose, remove the radiator. Let's do that. Let's get on that. Instead of removing the ground wire, we're going to just get some stuff out of the way. Does Chilton thinks they know what's best? I think it's best to get this stuff out of the way. Whoa, buddy. Whoa. A little too fast. I think this engine is bone dry, which is good for us because it won't be making a mess here. I mean, leave your hose clamps pointed up where you can get the pliers on it. Dang. All right, let's just wiggle it. Ooh, that thing's been on there a minute. Let's wiggle it. Wonder if I can pull that off by hand. Yeah. No. Yep. Nope. Yep. Ooh, I feel that caffeine kicking in. I feel it kicking in. Ooh, we got juice. We got juice. It's a good thing I got a container under here to catch anything. Let's get that bottom radiator hose. Did I say I like these clamps? I like them. Oh. When they're good and new. That son of a gun still didn't come loose. Good night. Oh, I seen a drip. We might be in for a water show. Might be something in there after all. Tell you what, I am not happy. You know what? This would be a good time for a commercial break. Okay, I had to rip that clamp off. I guess I said I liked them and then they just go working against me. Let's pull this hose off. Boy, two-hand. Yeah, so I put this down here earlier. You know, I got some carpet here to lay on. I don't want it to get too nasty. I could have put down a tarpaulin, but I was just prepared just in case. Let's take this radiator out. Lucky for us, they only have one here, one bolt. It's a 12 millimeter, and one here. It's supposed to be 4, but someone's been into this truck before, and that's how it is. Oh man, what I do? Put on something I can't see good. 14 ain't gonna cut it. It's 12, like I told you. You know what? I think we can do this a little faster. Okay. This one will likely never go back in this truck because it's not good. I don't believe it's good. Looks terrible. Oh, from what I can tell, the condenser, you know, it looks pretty good. Just looking at it, even the fins look pretty good. They say to take the condenser out in the book to pull this motor. They also say to just undo your AC and just move it to the side and don't worry about taking the lines apart. As if they're trying to say don't let the refrigerant out. But you can't remove this without letting the refrigerant out. But there's none in this truck anyway. But I think I will leave it in because I'm not ready at this moment to take all the AC stuff apart. Yank, 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 yank. Coil wire. Let's just pull all these off. How about that? Still out of the way. We're going to put new plug wires on it anyway. Okay, so, you know, pulled the plug wires just to make it easier to deal with the exhaust. Let's talk about this black box. A lot of guys wonder about this black box. The wire come loose. What do? Do I need to order a new one? It's totally up to you. I have not noticed a difference. What this is, let's just start there. What this is a noise suppressor for the electrical system so that the little buzz doesn't come through the radio. We're not worried about that. We're going to get rid of it. I'm about to undo this. And this is a good time for you to take pictures of how this is wired up, especially on your vehicle if it's wired up correctly. This looks correct. But of course, this has had many hands on it. Now, we have arrived at my favorite part, which is laying underneath the vehicle and getting at all the hard to reach bolts. So, right down there, those right there, those two on these hoses, we got to get underneath. I think it's a 12 millimeter. And hopefully get the nuts off, and then it'll pop right off. Okay, you can see what I'm talking about. These two nuts right there. Yeah, it's going to be difficult to get to, but we can do it. Yeah, looking around under here, it looks like, yep, they got rid of the other catalytic converter at one point, cut it smooth off. But anyway, let's see about getting those undone. Let's see if we can get it. Yeah, see there? Yeah, let's see. All right, so we got ourselves, it's 12 millimeter. At least I think it is. I can't see. I think someone put halves on it. Half inch. Yay. That is not good. Something happened. Oh, I just flung the socket across the shop floor. So, that is how you get that booger off. I really hate that thing. And you can see the 2 holes it leaves behind. So, in order to run this exhaust, let's just say you don't have a header yet, you want to run this one for a while, you're going to have to make a plate to go over that, down there, make a plate to go over that, or you can cut this off and pinch these. Pinch really good, pinch it really good. It'd be nice if you could pinch and fold a little bit and then put this back on. That'll be your plate. I almost want to do that and run this just because that's what a lot of you guys will be doing, and I want to do it to show you how. However, I do have a header I could put on it. I hadn't made up my mind yet. Okay, so really all we got to do now, well, there's a lot of all we got to do's, but we need to go ahead and unbolt the exhaust manifold, and then we need to remove the AC, and we need to deal with this power steering. And then we need to put a transmission jack under the transmission, holding it up, and then undo our bolts, get our starter out, undo the motor mounts, and we should get this thing out of here. Okay, I got something I need to go do, so before I do it, I'm going to spray these nuts best I can with, this is, if you didn't know, this is like the best there is. You can make it at home. This is 50-50 mix of acetone and transmission fluid. This will beat anything out there on the market. It'll get in everything. Okay, and we're back. Just wanted to say that it only had like 1, 2, 3, 4 nuts on it. Some were missing. The nuts came right off, and then I just gave it a little yank, and here it is. I don't know why they had us do that, because I had to push it back on just to be able to get to these bolts. Okay, I'm going to try not to be in the way, but first we have got to loosen some stuff. Boy, everything, oh Lord, everything is so tight. See if I can get you in a little closer here. Ooh, yo. Okay, down there, do you see where the bolt is coming out? There is a spacer in between this bracket. It's hanging around on that bolt. Do not lose this. This would be a good time to take pictures of this stuff if you want to put it all back together like it was. Pull that bolt out. Do not lose that spacer. And that's where that bracket, that's where it goes. Keeps everything from vibrating. Let's go ahead and loosen this belt. Man, there's a bolt under here for the AC compressor, and it's just, it was loose. Just ready to come out. Okay, all right, so I almost boogered that nut with the wrench. And then I realized this is in backwards. This bolt's supposed to be going that way. So anyways, people have been all up in this thing. On the belt. Well, is it. On that, I think we are out. Doesn't want to come out for shizzle. Have to beat on everything. I mean, it doesn't want to give up for shizzle. All right, that's out, finally. So, keep up with your stuff. How it went, put it together. See, this bolt and window washer is supposed to go in this way, not that way. Best I can remember it is. Oh my word. This is another reason I hate power steering. It is just, power steering is in the way. Oh my God, it's in the way. Always in the way. Yep. Yup. Everything's got the caked on grease. It's like it's been on there forever. And the book said to pull it out of the way and wire it up out of the way. So, well, I'll be. Look at that. Oh, I think we see the reason that the engine's locked up. Yep, you can see that the connecting rod came right off the crank. You can even see dents in the oil pickup tube. So, mystery solved. It won't be an easy thing. It won't be like just some random thing keeping the engine from turning. It's really, really screwed.
Well, that was a surprise. Now we know why the engine was locked up. Next time on Mazda Minitruckin'.